Do 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 do. Are we streaming? I swear we're streaming. Getting started in just a moment. There we go. You know, if I spin him around, it's not a terrible starting soon screen, is it? We spin around. Where is he? Where is he? Where's little guy? The gremlin. Gremlin. Do 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 do. Rusty, 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 Rusty. Text Rusty. Where is he? There he is. Oh, he's not in that scene. He's just there. I'm gonna have him look at the camera. Nope, that's not looking at the camera. Nope, that's not looking at the camera either. Come on. It's almost funny that he's out of focus. It's almost funny. There we go. I think that's good. We'll lock it right there. Starting soon screen. I need to change one of these to starting soon. Oh, okay. Let's see. Do 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 do. Okay, now we gotta figure out why. Oh, well, I know exactly why we're having issues. Because I was trying to hook up more things. Here, let's get rid of those. So consider this the starting soon screen. Starting soon screen. Mocap mode, we'll get rid of that one. And where is anchor at the hips? There we go. Oh, there we are. Hello. Oh, and we turned off this one and this one. Might have to reset some things. Apply VC face tracking. Bam. Oh, except we lost our tracker. We didn't lose it. We just have to start clicking buttons. This one and this one. And this one. There we go. Track hands to shoulders. Oh, that is amusing. That is super amusing. I gotta remember this. For when I do start using proper trackers. Okay. Because then the hand tracking will take care of the hand tracking and the fingies. But then the rest of the arms will be taken care of by trackers. Although, this angle really works for me. I should say the angle of where the leap motion is. That. Bam. That one. Oops. Maybe right there. Okay, let's reset this tracking. Reset. I'm still sad that they changed it. They changed Slime VR to the cute little kitty noise. Get rid of the cute little kitty noise. Okay. To finish setting stuff up. Touch portal. We gotta engage that over here before we start it over here. This would make good soundtrack for the menu. For our game. Our theoretical future game. And boop. Okay. I think we're set. Are we set? Still a little off by having the phone sitting in my pocket. Because it can shift around. Shift around as evidenced by, right now I'm... Whoop, he didn't like that. Right now I'm playing with my shirt pocket. Alright, let's see. Welcome in. Welcome in. I had a slight change of plan for what I wanted to do. Let's, reset camera. Zoom. Look at me. Oh, this is so cool. I just need presets. Presets. Presets would be a good idea. So maybe on this menu right here. This menu here, let's zoom out just a smidge. So on this menu right here, little preset dots for where the camera should be, like up close, far distant, maybe behind or overhead. Switch to FPS mode. We could put all those in there because the sky is the limit when you're doing your own stuff. That's neat. I gotta say, yeah, doing your own stuff is neat. Yes, because we can do... I can just shift these around now. The camera can zoom in, it can zoom out. We can see everything. We can see all that is and all that will be in glorious fisheye mode. Actually, it's not really fisheye, it's just really zoomed out. It's not fisheye because there's no distortion. Nope, that's the wrong way. That's the wrong way. We need this one. Hello. I can almost make us match up too. Right about there, and a little more zoom. Almost. Oh, that's as look as me as we get. Okay. So close. I mean, what I can do is I can just rotate this camera. It seems like cheating. Seems like cheating. But yes, this is what we worked on last time. If you weren't here, if you weren't here, we worked on some zoom settings. And then this handy dandy little menu that is currently attached to the green screen area. I can show you. See? In fact, we can even go to it. See? Now it is on the screen. And I can stare at you menacingly from behind the menu. Love it. I can just grab the menu. Reach through the menu. Let's see. Oh, I need to be just a smidge closer. Reach. Oh god, that's creepy. Do I want to reset the camera? Hello, user. Would you like to reset the camera? Would you like to... No, go away. You will not stop looking at me. You will always look at me, dear viewer. There is no looking at me. There's only looking at me. Resetting the camera? No. You may not reset the camera. You are, however, allowed to zoom in and behold our glory. Yes. This menu has limited uses. And it is for me. This is my menu. Thank you for playing my game. Ah, man, I could really crank up the spooky vibes, couldn't I? All right. Bam. Give me a replay of that. Let's see. Okay. You know what? I need to bust chat out. Hello, welcome in, fine and gentle chatters. I didn't pop this onto the screen. So yeah, I can pop you all onto the screen right there. Okay. There. Oops. No, I'm looking away from you. I think we can we hit the reset camera? No, the reset camera doesn't actually reset. Are we in the right area? Now we're in the right area. Hello. Ta-da. Welcome in. We do have a new emote that I added. Where is it? I need to use it more so it shows up in my favorites in the little chat window. But yes, we have the chaos. We have the chaos from, let's see, where is it? Zoomed out right about here, behind this mysterious box. It's even better if I have like underlighting. Right about there. Oh, there we go. Are we in the right spot? Now we're in the right spot. Okay, I need to change the gremlin back to facing the other way. It's a little unsettling. I mean, which was part of the point. Part of the point was that cute, but unsettling. Yes. So there's this special effect, the big tornado. I call it a tornado. It's not, more of a plume, I suppose. Whoa, what was... Oh, thank you, Adblock, for moving all my windows around. Okay. The other one we have is... Assuming I kept it around. Assuming... Did I seriously not keep it around? I actually prefer that one too. Okay, well, let's look it up again. Fire Big? I think it was Fire Big 2. Okay, we have to add it when we're not in play mode. That was the problem. We were adding it when we were in play mode, so it never stuck. I think it was that one. I think it was Fire Big 2. But isn't this awesome? Look. It shows up over the overlay. That's the idea. Now, the odd part is, though, it's a weird Spout thing. Spout is always running. Spout is what I use to send video back and forth between OBS and Unity. And other software uses it, like VCFace. Hi, from in the top corner. We're still using VCFace because this is a dev stream, so our avatar will be popping in and out. But yes, the Spout is always running, unless I turn it off. I have to specifically turn it off in-game. Because even our Spout receiver is technically off. Oh, VCFace. VCFace. It is, there's a reason. The motion tracking library that it's based on, I believe, was called OpenCFace, because it's seeing your face. Yeah, I think that's the reason. And so the V is for virtual, I think. That is right here. Oops. I gotta hide the Fire Big for now. There we go. Here we go. So hi, VTuber. So this is the software. This is the software that gathers all my motion tracking. So I have a feed coming in from, I have the face tracking coming in from an iPhone. I used to use a webcam, and it worked pretty good. But I found a used iPhone, kept my I watched eBay like a hawk for 2 months, and I got a beat up iPhone 12 last year already. It is pretty beat up, so I got a good deal on it. But I'm only going to be using it for this project, for face tracking. In fact, one of the cameras on the back is cracked, so I'm not using that one. Oh, I gotta take a drink here. So the face tracking data is coming into VCFace, the software. And if you see over here, one of these green boxes, the leap motion, so that's doing the finger tracking. And recently, this year, I added in a little bit of extra tracking coming from Slime VR. Because, you know, if I'm going to be an experimental techie type DIY streamer, I might as well go all in and throwing in all sorts of weird stuff. So we also have chest and hip tracking. Now, that doesn't sound super useful until you combine it with everything. So I can kind of, you know, lean and twist a little bit. Yeah, just add that little bit of extra movement. Brings a little bit more life. A little bit more life to the avatar here. And then, so this software is what I used for a long time. And obviously I'm still using it. I'm up in the corner over there with the same tracking feed. But that VCFace then bundles up all that tracking data, that juicy tracking data, and we send it over via OSC, right? No, VMC. So all these little acronyms, virtual motion capture. So it bundles it all that data up, sends all that data over to Unity. And I have a plugin here that I did not write. That's way beyond me. I have a plugin here that listens for that tracking data and applies it to this guy. Ta-da! So if we look right here, hello. See? So we're getting the same tracking data in our own game, basically. Think of this as kind of like somewhere between a game and like VR chat. Kinda. Which is funny because VR chat is made in Unity. So we are using a lot of the same things as the VR chat. The VR chat. We're using some of the same things that VR chat is using. And I believe, don't quote me, but I think Wardo is very similar too. Though I haven't looked into that at all. Because I'm DIYing my own thing. And there's other alternatives for, like, you know, it's not really broadcasting, but it's like a streaming environments. So you have VCFace, which has been around for a while. I don't think it's being worked on anymore. You have Vinyan, which is excellent software. It's kind of replacing and like it's a spiritual successor to VCFace, but then also building in a ton of customizability and capabilities. Lots of neat stuff going on with that. And yeah, and I've got my little project here that I'm playing around with and just kind of having fun. Where are we? There we are. So yes, I have to shut that off by default. You know, I don't have to shut that off by default. I do like that plume behind me. It's just fun. But some of the things we can do now, if I can find my camera or my menu, the in-game menu for adjusting stuff now. Because you look at these stack of T. That's what that shape is. That's the letter T for a text, basically a text object. So that's these descriptions right here. Text, text, text. It's just very, I don't like how it takes up the interface. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. So what we worked on last time is neat things like adjusting the lights. And it's a simple thing. A simple seeming thing, but it really helps. Add a little more control. I mean, I would like to have sliders on my like my stream deck, you know, hotkeys basically. Let's reset the camera. You can also adjust the zoom. How much zoom? So we can actually zoom in now, all in software here, so we don't lose any fidelity in the pixels. And a handy reset button. Just bam. But yes, one of the things I'm going to add are different camera positions, which are essentially just going to be combinations of zoom. Oops. And definitely not zooming all the way out. Ta-da! So the neat thing here, enhance, yes, we can crank the look at me all the way up, and then I guess this is as far as I went. I need to make that bigger. Boing, 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 boing. Yeah, we need to zoom in more. Right? More. We need more Rusty. One of the fun Easter eggs I'm going to work on is if I zoom in too far, it turns into like a actual like high def, fully textured Rusty model instead of the low poly flat shaded look. I think that'd be a lot of fun. But you have to be like super zoomed in for it. And the alternative to more resolution is less resolution. And this doesn't show up as well, unfortunately. I need to do some tweaking. To the code, but we do have wireframe Rusty. Yeah, it changed a little bit when we switched over to Unity 6. So it no longer has I'm no longer solid, I am just wireframe. But at the same time, it's kind of cool. And one of the cool things about all this is we can be playing this over a game. Because this is my desktop background. So we're not capturing the software. We're capturing the desktop. See, for instance, here's you guys. Ta-da! Oops. Get over there. Get over there, you guys. Oh, that didn't work. I do need to have the Rustyverse in, there we go. I do need to have it in focus in order to do any hotkey type stuff to it though. Now when I'm playing a game, that'll be as easy as having it open on the second monitor, which is this one. So it looks like, see, I'm actually looking at you guys. We're making eye contact. I'm assuming, there we go. I have to be at the right angle for the face tracking to pick up my eyes when I'm looking sideways. That's kind of funny. Okay. Oh, a batch draw command is using a pass, blah, 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 blah. That is not compatible. Okay. So the reason the wireframe mode is, yeah, it's not compatible with Unity 6. Makes sense. That's the reason the wireframe isn't solid. Now, if we want it to be solid, well, it can be. Ta-da! Oh, now we got double wireframes here. Ta-da! But this isn't what we're working on tonight. What we're working on tonight is I'm going to make some scenes. I was going to add more controls, but I think I just need to do that offline. Oops. Get out of here. I think I need to just add the controls offline. This is going to be a lot of fiddling and just like literally just building up the interface. So I don't know. No, don't know how super entertaining that would be. Oh, there we go. Switched windows on my phone so I could keep an eye on the mod controls. Okay, but what we are going to do, maybe, we're going to play around with some areas here. Because I keep adding more and more areas to this project. This one was fun. It was a fun little physics physics demo down here. Could hop us in over there later. So what we're gonna do is make yet another area. I want more. Yeah, I just want more. That's definitely true. So we are going to make more. Going to create an empty, and we're going to call this red room. Not to be confused with bedroom. I was going to make a segue there. That was kind of unfortunate, but true. It's like we are going to be working on a bedroom type thing. We are not. We are remaining say so. We're going to be a nice wholesome streamer that we always are. nice say so. Speaking of nice wholesome streamers, welcome in, Nix. You caught me just as I was talking about bedroom references. Which I will get to after this Wisco fact. Wisco fact. Let's see. Nothing in the news off the top of my head, so I'm going to go consult the book. The Handy Wisconsin Answer Book. Wisconsin's important. I mean, hey, why not? And that important person is probably also a work in progress. Okay, let's see. Let's consult book. Beginning, middle, or end? Which part of the book do you want? I don't know how it's organized. Ooh, how many lakes can be found in Wisconsin? That's a good one. Let's do beginning. Let's get some old history. Nah. Oh geez, that's political. We don't want to. Oh, here we go. This is a point of contention in the Midwest. How many lakes are there in Wisconsin? It's funny because the heading for the paragraph is, are there great places for fishing? And then it says nothing about, oh no, it later does say something about fishing. Okay, are there great places for fishing? It says, while Minnesota is listed as a land of 10,000 lakes, it's like their like state motto and everything. So that's Minnesota, that's the state next to Wisconsin. And they say that, you know, the land of 10,000 lakes. Wisconsin has one of the largest concentrations of natural lakes in the world. But one of the big reasons, does it say right here? It probably says somewhere in here. But it is how I know. It is how lakes are measured. In Minnesota, it has to be a larger body of water, like so many acres. It has to be a certain size to be considered a lake. In Wisconsin, that size is smaller. So technically we have more lakes, but some, you know, many of those lakes are smaller. So no, we are, I'd assume we still have the same slogan, America's Dairyland. Even though we lost the title of top dairy state back in like the 90s to California, who produced more dairy. California is also a lot bigger than Wisconsin, but let's see. And for a long time, the Wisconsin license plate, the vehicle license plate, had a farm and a sailboat on it. So we were the land of the sailing farmers, unofficially. There you go. See, it's always a bargain. You always get a great deal when you use that Wisco fact redeem, because that was like a 4-in-1 right there. You even got a Minnesota fact. Okay. Let's see. So, lighting. So I'm going to make a room, and that room is going to have lighting, which makes sense. Yeah, your rooms do, as rooms do. Okay, we got the red room. So I want to start with the red room. I forget if 3D object, cube. Let's find said cube. Oh, I probably should have moved the red room before I made the cube. We're going to put it right here. And we're going to have that cube be bigger. We reset the position. You know, we're just going to delete. Nope, that's the cube's cube. Okay, this is cube. Cube, not to be confused with cubes. Okay, so my first question though is for Unity. Is a cube double-sided? Cast shadows. No material. We should probably... Oh, it's got a lit shader. Okay. So, can we be inside? We cannot be inside the cube. It is one-sided from the outside. Okay. Well, that's a bummer. Because that's an easy way to make what we wanted. We will instead make... I really could model it, but we're going to do an experiment first. I could just model it with some booleans really quick. But we are instead going to use cubes, funny enough. Okay. This is cube. Cube 1. This is cube 1. Do a little experiment. Make sure we have it the right way. Let's have it all be 0.1. And then... Nope. Get a little bigger. Maybe 2. Yeah, that should be big enough to stand on. Is that big enough to stand on? That's not big enough to stand on. Make it like 5. There, that is a plenty big room. Plenty big. You know, I should start just filling up this whole area with different scenes. I gotta remember there's 3 dimensions too, so I could put something like beneath the space station, way up high in the sky. There, and because we're using a cube, we don't have to worry about which side is facing which way. Oops, that went way too far. This will be super easy. -5. And 0. 5. Oh, really? Okay. Got a little bit of work, I guess. A little bit of work. Should really just turn on snapping. Okay, so we got 2.5. That makes way more sense. There. Welcome in, Mig. Welcome in. I have not been able to catch one of your streams lately. How's it going? How is it going? We're very quickly, oh, that is gonna be huge, whatever it is. We're mocking up a little something. Ah, bummer. It really cuts into the productivity when you can't be productive, huh? Okay, put this one, let's see, where are we going? Set 0, we are making a cube, very simple room. -0.5. There. Or at least part of a room. Okay, that is... How big is that? Oh, that is huge. We definitely don't need to be that huge. Your body wanted a break. Yep. I feel that immensely. Sometimes it's just... Oof. All right, well, let's see. How much do we want? You know, let's stick with the whole. Let's make it like 3. I was gonna say let's stick with nice even numbers, but nah. So if it's 3, we want 1.5. There. There. Now we have a room. Yeah, nice, nice. In that room, we are also going to make a camera so I can very easily pop right in there, I think. Now let's make some lighting first. Let's make some lighting first. Point light. Color red. We're making a red room. We're making a red room. Cut down the range a little bit. We want some atmosphere. I will show my inspiration shortly. We definitely want shadows, soft shadows, high resolution. Ooh. These settings I might have to poke into one of my other areas. Point light, blah, blah, blah. Okay. For now, I think we're going to steal one of my teleport points just to... Let's see, where do we have a teleport? Platforms? Platforms destination. Okay, we're going to steal this teleport point and bring her over here. Drop it down a little bit. Maybe a little bit back there. Let's see what that looks like. Let's see what that looks like. The boppin' 80s soundtrack. What do we got here? Sounds of the 80s. That fits. that does that checks out. Yes. Doom, 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 doom. But yes. Over here and ooh. Damn, that turned out nicer than I thought it would. Okay. Let's make this bigger. Still want to play with the settings. So we'll just make this a little bigger. That. Well, let's see what it looks like full screen. Ooh. Okay, I have to get rid of some unruly special effects. Where are they hiding? There you are. Unruly special effects are coming through my spout screen, but this combination, my gray putty catches the light very nicely. Oh, that is unsettling. I love it. Get that cursor off the screen. Yeah. Let's screenshot this. Oh, I can't screenshot while I'm playing with my hands. So we'll have to do a yeah, right about there. And then what I'm going to do is just start the replay buffer. So theoretically, that's saved a clip. Did I save a clip? It did not. Why is my replay buffer broken? Maybe it did and it just didn't tell me. This is almost good, like right out of the gate for what I want. However, I want it to be more red. And let's bring on screen the inspo. Let's see. Let's YouTube it. Oh, bright mode, gross. Let's see. The worst SEO, the worst SEO name ever for a band. Well, in fact, it shows up right here. Ta-da! Creepy Nuts. Love them. They've been really knocking it out of the park with anime openings. There, now we can see me. Really knocking it out of the park with anime openings. And Call of the Night Season 2, Mirage. We are going to briefly look at. I don't want to get dinged by Sony or whoever. Ah, go away, go away, go away. Ad be gone. That's loud. Full blast right in my ears. Skip. But yes, it's wonderful. I'll put it in the Will Automod catch it if I send it? Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go. I can just do this. Let's see. There. Why can't I say, I'm sending links in my own, sending links in my own chat. Oh, that is so good. This would be good for like a werewolf type of thing too. But it's fitting that the show's about vampires. And let's just see if we can find just a little. Yeah, there we go. Oh, if you look over here on the suggested, they also did Mashal, the opening for that with the dun 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 dun. Yeah, what that one's called. Yeah, Call of the Night. Wasn't how that they did a few awesome ones. Streamer mods and VIPs can send links. All right. I mean, I was kind of joking, but I was wondering how strict my my link settings were for which one do I use? Storybot and Stream Elements. I'm dual botting for moderation here. But yeah, so you got this room. Now let's see if I can find. Oh yeah, there's the DJ playing. Oh hey, hello. So the DJ's playing there too. Yeah, it's got this whole. You know what? I can always blur it out in the VOD, I suppose. Let's hide the captions. Let's see. So the red room right there is just fantastic. Oh, and there's water in it. I should add water. Yeah. So that's the inspiration. So that's a more even red lighting. Like warmer for one thing. It's a very orangish, a very warm red light. And then you can see right here, the key light is actually more of your normal light, a regular temperature light, cool temperature even. I'm assuming there's a bit of post-processing on it too, but overall very red. And it's funny because it shows up differently. I have my monitors calibrated slightly different, and also one monitor is like 15 years old, so still kicking. But it definitely shows color saturation differently. Oh, and we have an ad break. Sorry, non-turbo users. Yes, so that is our what we're doing here. But honestly, I really dig this look because you have the blue, the purple. You have the purple from space because we're doing the TV filming thing. Here, zoom way out, you can see it. See, we're on a open-sided box. There is no ceiling and there is no fourth wall. So we are getting some of the skybox coming in. We are getting some skybox, and we have 1 point light that is casting light. So we get a very harsh look. And then of course I still have the post-processing on. So we get the little bloom for the eyes. And the blues are slightly pumped. Oh, but damn, that looks good. Right out of the box, I love it. Okay, let's see. Let's play with it a little bit. Add more range. It'll be a more even fill. Make a little bit more red behind me. Strength, it's, although it's a shadow strength, whereas, here we go, intensity. Oh, what's the other one this reminds me of? This reminds me. This reminds me of another music video. Much, much, much older. What does this one do? I don't do anything. Okay, so we got like 169 and a larger range. So if we cut the range way down, obviously the range of the bulb is less. And we get more separation. Get more separation here. Oh, no way. No way. I thought of what it was. I'm assuming it's on YouTube because I think it predates She Wants to Move. It is 17 years ago. Yep. But the blue eyes. The dog right away in the beginning has blue eyes. But yeah, that's Pharrell. I remember correctly. Oh, that's funny. That's old. So yeah, the blue eyes and the red, the harsh red lighting reminded me of that. Okay. So what if we duplicate? Getting back on track. Okay, so we're gonna increase the range a little bit and increase the intensity, maybe 1.5, because we are going to be adding a cluster of lights. I should just move the starting camera over to there. Hold on. I think it's finally time to make another camera. Camera. Set machine, just camera. There we go. There. I think it's whatever the last camera you made takes control of the priority, maybe? Or is it just whatever camera's selected? Anyways, temporary camera so we can check out the lighting. Because this should be like quote unquote real time. That way we don't have to fiddle around between play mode and not play mode. See, look, there's everything. There's he who T-poses over us. Ooh, that'd be good that when I go over to this area, he then watches us. I really like that idea. A long time ago, I had it set up so that the Great Rusty in the Sky would track the position. It would track Rusty's position in the scene. Something got broken with it. I think I was experimenting with something, and it ended up breaking it. It like ended up breaking the proper rotational offsets or something. I had a hard time getting it back into spot. It's always something, isn't there? Okay, so we've got that light. I really like that one, and we're gonna make a group. We'll call it a light group. Because this won't be just a red room. We can definitely do other lighting scenarios. But I do want a more even lighting. So let's turn the intensity down to like 0.5. Less range? Oops. Zero intensity is not great. Okay, so using the universal render pipeline in Unity, can't use baked lights. I mean, I can't use area lights and have them be real time. So that's a bit of a bummer. That is a bit of a bummer. Spotlights are flaky. Directional lights affect everything. I don't think you can have just a small directional light. You know what we are gonna do? We are gonna keep this nice little point light we did just create. However, we already made something for this. So if we already made something for it, why don't we bring it in? Our good old studio lights. Bring in our good old studio lights. Paste special. Paste as child keep. Let's just paste it. Where are we? I probably wanted to keep local transform. Let's try to keep local transform. There we go. That worked much better. Okay, so here we have our 3-point lighting and 3-point plus 1. There you go. A 3-point lighting. Nice, semi-even. I believe they're all point lights. Point lighting. Point light, point light, point light, point light. At least how I have the lighting configured here. All real time. Point lighting gives the best shadows and the best results, in my opinion. If I was doing games, I would make I would have a combination of baked and real-time lighting. Yeah, the Unity demo really, the Unity 6 demo really gives a good example of that. You're walking through this cool little Japanese garden, and they have a mixture of real-time and baked lighting. It's really neat. In fact, the VOD of that will be going up soon. Let me link my YouTube. If you go to Rusty Robot Factory VODs, I'm caught up to, I believe, November of last year. So that's like 60-ish, 60, 65 streams or so. Archived forever on the interwebs. Okay. But yes. Here's our studio lights. And the fun thing is we've already got lighting controls built. So why don't I use them? Light color, light intensity, key 0. I guess we could have them all linked. Doesn't really matter. This is a separate instance of studio lights than the one that's hiding way over here by my cursor. It might need to be... Oh, it needs to be actually running for this to make a difference. Fair. Let's see what results this gives us. Boom. Hey, you can see us teleport around the map here. Oh, and here we go. Hello. Okay. Why are we not? There we go. Bam, built-in lighting. I believe we can trigger it with a 0 key. Is there? Oh, there we go. That changes the intensity. And then we can reset the color to this. We have some basic lighting controls with the script. Yeah, it's definitely a case of if you already have it, why aren't you using it? And there's that pesky special effect. There we go. Thought I had disabled it, but apparently not. So studio light scripting works. It's a little washed out on my main monitor, but oh no. That camera I made is overriding. It's overriding my other camera. Well, that is Unfortunate. Okay. Well, I guess we have to get rid of this game. There we go. It was fun while it lasted. Yeah, the priority on it was set too high. I guess I could have just set the priority lower. That would have been the less nuclear option. The room? This is the room. Okay. So the less nuclear option, yes, would be to just make sure the settings are right. Okay. So let's get away from the wall a little bit. I could also set them to not cast shadows. Or make the room bigger. Making the room bigger would also solve part of the problem. Okay. So you distracting. And then let's see, you. Studio light controls. Red. Probably a warm red. A warm red to offset the purpleness coming in from the skybox. Because you see on the left side of the screen, you see all this beautiful nebula purple sparkly space, right? Well, that does influence the lighting. It does influence the lighting on the everything. All right. Make this bigger so it shows up more on the screen. Okay, we're pretty much back to where we were, except now we have multiple light sources, easily controlled. Now the thing is, if I want to mix the light colors, I will have to do this different. Because the difference in these lights, which is a 3-point lighting setup, 1, 2, 3, key light, fill light, and backlight. The difference, I believe I just have their intensities set differently. So the key light is the main, well, it's here. It's in front of us. The key light is a little bit brighter because that's the one that's shining in my face. Technically right there, I believe. Right over here. And then the backlight and the fill light are just to provide a little extra light. I don't have a rim light because that would be very specific to where the character is located, where I am located. Character. Okay, so this fun little, this was just going to be a fun little experiment. I think it turned out fantastic. Another thing we can do is change the material. We could change the material on these walls so they're not this dull gray. The thing I like about the dull gray though is that it like handles the color in a very interesting way. Like it's almost like gray putty or gray clay. So the way it sort of does not reflect light, it just kind of softens it. A nice feature, and I use it all over the place. Just the basic, the basic lit shader. What if? Oh, we would have to have light maps for light maps or light probes. I don't really want to set that up. It would definitely improve the lighting if I did set up light probes. I think I have light probes set up over in the factory. In the factory setting. Okay, well that was a success. I liked it. Thank you, success. A nice little basic experiment. What was one of the other ones? I want to save that. So the red room, success. A nice off-putting the right term? Do we have a water? Ooh, do we have a water? We have FX water. We have water cooler. FX water. Water ripple. Oh, that's kind of neat. That's kind of neat. I would bet we have more. Do I have the other project open? Oh, actually, Unity 6 has some really neat. Yeah, I know Unity 6 has some really neat demo for handling water. I have it bookmarked somewhere in the YouTubes. It's like shader graph, which I have not explored much, unfortunately. But yes, diving into the shader graph for producing like different special effects and cool shaders. But yes, we could add the water from the video. Where's our? Here we go. Yes, we could add the water from the video here. Sorry, I was just looking over at the this video is hilarious. This opening, it was very catchy. It was like everywhere for a while, like what, a year and a half ago, when Mashle, MASHLE, basically the anime parody of Harry Potter, if he just relied on muscles instead of magic. Very, very much that. I watched the first season or so, and I didn't continue with it. But yes, but no, this little red room needs more lighting. But I like. I think I achieved the effect I was looking for. Is he wearing like vinyl pants, so or maybe plastic bags on his pants so he doesn't get his legs wet? Be a very smart thing, because I'm sure there were multiple takes to get the song right, and obviously from compositing two of them, because he's not twins. But the DJ shot's pretty cool too. Where's the DJ shot? Yeah. Should add in other items, but I should definitely add in the ripples of water. Okay, so they have. There's blue here. That might just be coming from his that might just be coming from his DJ setup right there. There's a little bit of blue. I don't think there's. I think this is all just handled with lighting instead of with fancy compositing. I mean, there's going to be some color grading in post, because everything is color graded, whether we realize it or not. But yeah, no, neat. Super simple setup. I'm glad it worked out as good as it did. Harry Protein, yes. There was, in the early days, the innocent days of AI generated slop. I remember seeing it could have been photoshopped, using actual human skill, right? But I'm pretty sure it was AI generated. Of Harry Spotter. That's what it was. Harry Spotter, I believe the series was called. They took all the Harry Potter characters and gave them like super ripped muscles, like they were going to the gym. I'd show it on stream, but that would be sadly promoting AI. And despite being a robot, we're not into that. Man. And like every software update and every piece of tech you get these days, you have to go in, if you want to remove the AI stuff, you have to go in and be like, just go through all the settings and block it everywhere. It's such a pain. Such a pain. robots aren't AI. It's like comparing Mega Man X to Mega Man X. Nice. I like it. Yeah, it all depends on if you're using like an old definition of AI for artificial intelligence or if you're using machine learning, which is what we're doing now. I can't remember where all the buzzwords throughout the years, where they sit on the machine learning AI, computational sciences, where they all sit. Because I remember, different algorithms and stuff. Now we just call that blanket AI, even though there's algorithms, there's machine learning algorithms. Yeah, everything is AI. Self-serve machines are AI. Yes, if it looks at your face and sees that there's a person there in front of it, then that'd be AI. Rusty sitting here on his soapbox. Scale this up, or should we? You know what? Let's see what that looks like. Start size of the particles. So rotation. There's got to be better water effects than this, but let's just. Yeah. We'll just put that there. Fuzzy logic. See, I was gonna say fuzzy logic, but I couldn't remember if that was just an algorithm. Is that just a basic algorithm, or is that something else? Ooh, well, that's kind of cool. The particles. There we go. Let's put that back on the floor. Raise it just a little bit. But yeah, fuzzy logic was the buzzword back in the 90s. Maybe even earlier. What is this little particle effect doing that? I can hear my my computer rev up. What is going on over here? Let's find out. Oh, we gotta put it back in focus. There we go. Holy snackers, that is using quite a massive bit of CPU for this crappy little water rip. Not crappy, it is what it is. Press stop. Then what happens? No, for some reason I'm using 60%. It's not the water. When Unity's in focus, it's using about 40% of my CPU, which is nothing to scoff at. There, it drops down to 14 when Unity's not in focus. That means that, yeah, my lighting's on. Why is my lighting on? So it's funny that I actually use less CPU when it's actually running? How funny is that? So it'll spike for a little bit when it builds and builds the shaders and whatnot. And then it should drop, it drops down to 36% of CPU because in code, I turn off the lights in the space station. So if we go over here, yes. So we are no longer calculating, except in the background right there. In the background, I do have a, that was the original studio lighting setup, the 3-point light. And I just left it there, apparently. But yes, I turned off all the lighting here because I have them all set to high quality. And there's hundreds of the darn things. See, watch. This spot. Ta-da! Now we have lights again. And now my CPU is at 68% instead of 26%, I think. So normally, so when the game boots up, game, I can use quotes everywhere here. When it starts up, yes, it just goes through and disables all of these lights. Welcome in. We have a first time chat. Welcome in. Shadow, eShadow, Shadow. Welcome in. We are working on our little streaming environment project. And also it's my experimentation and learning Unity, streaming, everything all put together. So this is my project that keeps having scope creep, just keeps getting more and more and more expanding. In fact, I just keep whenever I want to make something new, some new little experiment, I just add an area. I add a little area to my map, to my level, without optimizing it and unloading other things. So if we look, oops, not that one, this one. So if we go over here, this little platform, this rectangle, is a whole nother area. There we go. A whole nother area for other experiments. I believe this is going to be another one of our broadcast areas. So this feed right here is coming from OBS. So this is what you guys see. It's the Winamp in the corner. Yes, hence the Winamp in the corner and the lovely tunnel effect. We've got a little screen here. I should be able to bonk into it. Yep, there it goes. Goodbye, video feed. Where's the reset button? One of these experiments here. Oops, that's the studio lights. This one? That reset the camera position. Oh, no, that moves a cube. That was interesting. Okay, like I said, experiments. You were actually looking in this stuff like yesterday. What I'm using is VTuber stuff. And yeah, the corner of the screen is still on fire. Okay. So what I'm using is VTuber stuff. So, despite me not looking like a cute anime girl or guy, I'm not a cute anime character. I am still using all the fun VTuber stuff. So we are using a 3D model, obviously. We're using a 3D model and using facial motion capture, in my case, an iPhone, and Leap Motion, the little device plugs into the computer, does the hand tracking. May not be anything still cute. Aw, thanks, Nix. Nix, you get a, oops. Oh, that's not the marker button. Marker button. Ah, there we go. Here we go. Oh, that was terrible. Hold on. Let's try this again. Let's try the heart again. Heart. It's not liking when it crosses over my field of view here. Let's make it just a tiny heart. There we go. There. I'm a robot. What? I don't know how human hearts work. Your anatomy is mind-boggling. But yes. So we have this whole setup here. And yeah, I'm getting the motion tracking data in from phone for the face. Leap Motion for the hands. Although you can also use webcams for both of those things. And then I've got a little bit of extra tracking so I can shimmy about. Oh, I do have the eye trails on, so I can shimmy about a little bit. And then that comes into a program called VC Face, which I was just talking about earlier. Let's this button. That comes into a program called VC Face, which is also supplying the avatar on the top left of the screen. See? Ta-da! And then I have it set up. I have it set up overly complicated. Oh, but I mean, the fidelity is pretty good. You can see me scratch my head, see? Pick my nose if I could. But yeah, so that VC Face program bundles up all the tracking data and sends it over to this Unity project, which is listening for it and then applying it to my avatar. Ta-da! But yes, and the avatars match, so they're the same 3D model. The avatar between VC Face and here. Otherwise, the tracking data gets a little wonky because I am not a humanoid. My head bones are in a different spot, my head joints. So it doesn't quite track the right way if I have like an anime character in one app and robot in the other one. So that's kind of the long and short of it. That's the nickel tour. But yes, no, this is a This is a my work in progress environment for streaming and for learning Unity, C#, this fun stuff, all of that. Oh, hey, we should check out the water ripple since we're over here. Yeah, that looks more like a summoning spell or something than a water ripple. Hmm. Oh, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Something we were working on earlier. Let's see. Let's get those lights in the right spot. First of all, we'll stop that. Red room. Use this point light. And oh, yeah, that does. That just, I think it looks better than with the 3-point lighting setup. Just kind of menacing, no? There, center of the screen. Yeah, I like it. It's a little bright. A little bright, maybe. A little bright. Let's go back here. That look good. Well, that and the eye trails might be a bit much. There we go. Perfect. Near perfect. Near perfect. There, now we're a little off-centered again. All right, yeah, that is definitely, I like it. I like it. Thank you for the lurk. Lurks are always appreciated. Lurks are always appreciated. I myself lurk a lot. I kind of treat streams as my, not my streams, as a viewer, I should say. I treat streams as my podcast. I just listen to myself talk, I guess. I mean, it's not wrong. I suppose that's not wrong. But, welcome in, Rootsy. I'm rambling. But no, like during the day, when I'm working, I'm fortunate enough to work from home. So during the day, when I'm lurking in Twitch. So I don't really watch a whole lot of gameplay. When that's not how I consume live streams so much. Do they even call them live streams anymore, or just streams? Vaguely philosophical. Oh, okay. Yeah. We have an Ahoy, and we have a Wisco fact. I have to grab my book again. Because I tried thinking earlier, I didn't have any Wisco facts off the top of my head. You call it the life telly. It really is. Oh, hi. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, gosh, he was a billionaire. Okay. Oh, this is vaguely political, but not really. Come on, come on. Yeah, it is vaguely political. I do have a no politics rule. It's gonna be that Herb Kohl was a U.S. senator and former owner of the Milwaukee Bucks basketball team. I'm blocking my head tracking. That's not a good Wisco fact though. Let's oh geez, that's even worse. Got to get out of that part of the book. Oh, here we go. Here we go. What's more American? Here we go. We have to get front and center for this one. Let's zoom in. Hey, all those buttons do still work. All those buttons still work. The life telly, yes. I flipped open the sports section. And this is not the right soundtrack for a non-mysterious Wisco fact. Where was it? How many NASCAR tracks are in Wisconsin? Of the 67 tracks in the U.S., 4 of them are in Wisconsin. Good thing people don't have heated arguments about sports. And NASCAR even, right? Let's see. Cedar Lake Speedway, La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway, a county fairgrounds track is a NASCAR track. That's interesting. Madison International Speedway and Spring Lake Speedway. Tracks are in 31 states, as well as 13 tracks in Canada, 10 in Mexico, and 6 in Europe. There's NASCAR in Europe. I did not know that. See, I learned something about Europe from a Wisconsin fact. How about that? Oh, only 3 states have more tracks than Wisconsin: California, New York, and North Carolina. Interesting. Really? I would have thought WIR would have been... No, I guess I wouldn't be a NASCAR track. We have one called Wisconsin International Raceway, but apparently it's not NASCAR International. Yes, WIR. The most political you get is mentioning how Australia had a prime minister who vanished one morning after he went for a swim on a beach. Never found him, never, and then named a public pool after him. Oh, that's rude. Isn't that rude? Well, did you guys not like your like this prime minister? Wow, somebody who probably drowned and got a pool named after him. Okay. I do like this track, but now is not the right time for it. Let's see what else we got here. It was in the 80s. Let's go back to electronica. Oh, no, let's try cinematic. Cinematic synth soundtrack. That, sure that really hit my noise cancellation just right with all those S sounds. Oh, before my many sidetracks, Nick's popped in just as I was talking about bedrooms. Now we're going to be working on a bedroom, but not working on a bedroom. I should really pop into the other project for this, shouldn't I? I might load up the other project, though I could. We'll just have the bedroom in the office. Yes. Okay. So we're gonna hop over here to the office. Oh, you'll see where I'm... Yeah. You'll see where I'm going with this in just a skosh. Let's see, platforms. Where's my office? The monitor is not in the office. That's some kind of hacky work are we doing here? Fire huge. Of course our fire isn't in our office either, is it? Okay, main office. Selected. Okay, what do we have for lighting? Office lights. We do have office lights. We are going to... Let's see what we're going to need. It's where you get your best work done. Hey, yo. What we are looking for... Are we in the mood? Not for Jenna Ortega, but in the mood for love. I was trying to think, what movie off the top of my head has fantastic cinematography and lighting, and Wong Kar-wai just nails both. There will be a race car bed. No. We're past the. That was a Wisco fact. That was a separate entity from what we're working on. Yes, for cinematography and lighting, it's really hard to beat Wong Kar-wai. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. Let's see. Let's get a. So what? Let's get a. Mm, Let's get a summary of the movie. No, don't you go playing stuff. Don't you go playing stuff. I'll get bonked here if I play movies. Are you in the mood for this? Well, okay. Two neighbors form a strong bond after. Over to the other screen. Jeez. Wrong for watching stuff here because it won't pause. There it goes. It will be erased carbon. No. Two neighbors form a strong bond after both suspect extramarital activities of their spouses. However, they agree to keep their bond platonic so as not to commit similar wrongs. Yes, because this thumbnail screams platonic, doesn't it? So if you love we would call it international films. There we go. Unless of course you're from the area. Highly recommend almost any movie by Wong Kar-wai. I greet friends like that all the time. I mean, right. Some of his other movies are. Let's see. 2046, which I think is like a spiritual successor to, it's a sort of sequel to In the Mood for Love, right there. Also Chungking Express, which I haven't seen, and Happy Together, which I forgot until this morning when I was looking for the movies. I forgot this was by him. Yeah. Couple take a trip to Argentina, but both men find their lives drifting apart in opposite directions. Well, that was... Yeah. Yeah, 2046 was hard to follow because the time jumping. It's been a while since I've seen it. I have the DVD somewhere. DVD, that's how old it is. Did some of it take place during In the Mood for Love? Like the same timeline? I forget. What's he had recently? I should look and see if any of these are in English and or at least subtitled. I know, and on like Prime or Netflix or whatever. But yes, so let's go back over here so I can get to the right scene. So we aren't showing bits. There we go. Okay, but yes, the lighting. I mean, like, look at this lighting. Can we get more? No, we can't get more. Okay. Let's see if we can find a nice shot. Oh, it's loading. Well, here you go. Here's another red one. But yes, I do remember having this like vintage quality, and this was made in like 2000. Yeah, in 2000. It had this like vintage quality too because of the time it was supposed to take place. Oh, I have to watch this movie again. The scenes. Where is the stark shots from the bedroom? Maybe I won't find the shot I'm looking for. They have a million screenshots on IMDb. Somebody must have just taken a screenshot like every 10 seconds and put it up here, but... So maybe I'm not going to find the exact shot I want. Oh well. Either way, fantastic cinematography. Yes. Yeah, the set dressing, everything. I feel like it really captured a time. And I think that was one of his goals. One of his goals was to really capture just the time, the place, the mood, everything. Hey, look at that. There it is. It does take place in the same timeline. Somebody got it. Room 2046. Because I think, isn't Tony Long in 2046? That's why I thought it was a successor to it. Let's see, how do we get back there? No? Tangents. I like tangents. They lead you down interesting rabbit holes sometimes. Several women enter a science fiction author's life over the course of a few years after the author has lost the woman he considers his true love. Yes. Okay, he's the author. The character from In the Mood for Love, he was, if I remember correctly, and I might not be, because that was like 20 years ago when I last watched the movie, 15, 20 years ago. If I remember correctly, he wanted to, or he was writing a book, like typewriter and everything, in the Mood for Love. So this is the book that he writes after that movie. Yes, that sounds about right. And there's fictional versions of himself in, yeah, he puts a fictional version of himself in the movie. Oh, it's got Z, dang. When she was in, like, basically all of her movies were being brought over, and I think Tony Long's too. All of their movies were being brought over in like the early 2000s. There was a wave of the cinema coming in, like wave of just Hong Kong cinema, like Crouching Tiger, obviously, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Hero, House of Flying Daggers. Yeah, there was quite a few of them coming in. Sing Rogue. Don't know. I'll make sure I don't spell it as Rouge. No, I have not. I might have to add that to my watch list, though, looking at it. Oh, it is Rouge? Okay. Oh, yeah. This one? Rouge. Obviously, it's about a flower house. I will have to add that to the watch list. So it's funny. I went through all that work to try and find lighting reference that I had in my mind, and just did not find the lighting reference. Oh gosh. Try to search for In the Mood for Love bedroom scene. That's gonna get, I'm not even gonna finish typing that. That is oh, that is an LOL emote right there, yes. Well, and I closed the window I had open. We can still do this. We can still do this. Did we lose music? I think we lost music. Okay, so we have a game object. We'll call this lights dramatic. Okay, now it'll still have a purple hue to it. In the Mood, good song. Is that Miles Davis? Or am I thinking of just Mood? Glenn Miller came up as the first one. Big band era jazz. Glenn Miller. So I think it's funny that I think I appreciate big band a little bit more in my advanced years than I did as a kid. It's just like, not too bad. Think about Blue Moods. Let's see. I'm still looking for that darn lighting reference. We might go for this one though. Open image in new tab. Criterion Collection. Okay, let's see. Where were we going with this? Where were we going? It's 9:30 already. Light. Toilet. But Fritzy, which song were you referring to? Was it the Glenn Miller one? The Glenn Miller one? Yes. Oh, that's where I was going. I detangented myself. That's sad. You gotta follow a tangent. They can lead to interesting places. But where I was kind of going with that was the Glenn Miller one. There we go. The Glenn. Wow. I am trying to look up reference photos and tangentize myself at the same time. No, I think I remember my grandparents always had like Glenn Miller or big band stuff on TV when we would visit for holidays or the weekend or whatnot. And so I was just like, okay, old timey music. It's got, it's a bop. And but now I think when I hear it, it's like I get that little bit of nostalgia of grandma and grandpa, but also it's like, yeah, okay, a little bit of I don't want to say cheesy jazz, but there's a certain quality to it. Yeah, there's just a certain quality to it. Cheesy is definitely not doing it not doing it fair. Oh yes, it's what the bad kids listen to in their crushed blue velvet suits. Yes. Playing the bad band kids, right? The bad band kids. I might stop trying to look for the scenes that I cannot find because I cannot find them. Yeah, I can't quite find. I'm going to look up a different lighting reference scene, but there's just some great lighting. Great moody lighting. That'd be fun to replicate. So what I'm going to do instead is moody room lighting ideas. Moody bedroom lighting ideas. That's even better. That's like right there. I'm going to give a bunch of AI slop. Oh, AI overview right there. They want me to focus on layering low wattage, warm toned lighting and incorporating reflective surfaces to enhance the ambience. Yeah. Vito's office from The Godfather. Ooh, Godfather would be a good one. Godfather movie office. Oh, neat, neat. Here, let's see. Anything popping up? Nothing popping up. Okay, cool, cool. Diorama design. Oh, that's neat. So if we look at, like this is from the movie, I'm sure. Here's the high contrast, darkly lit version. I know these are pictures for ants. Ooh, somewhere between these two. Somewhere between these two. And here it is fully lit because this is what it would have looked like. This is the actual set. Let's do this maybe. Open image in new tab. Ooh, pretty, pretty. So here's what his office would have looked like. The set. No, obviously this doesn't have the cinematography. Come on. But this one does. So you just have the lamp, and you have something overhead. Let's see, this is from behind the desk, and this is in front of the desk. What I should do is I should go dig out my film textbook. Go dig out my film textbook and look up the lighting chapter. That's what I should be doing. I think it's especially funny that I used my film textbook on, I should say, the textbook I had for film class. I did use that on, when I was doing architectural renders. It's like, okay, how can I make these boring renders? how can I make them pop a little bit? And this was a while ago, so we couldn't just, load things up in real time. Plop the floor plan into Unreal and walk through it with gorgeous rendering. Nope, these renders took a couple hours. These renders took a couple hours. I think we're just going to play with some lighting. Okay, what do we got for the office? What do we got? One of the fun things about using game engine like this is I can just toggle the different lights or blend between them even. Have one set of lights dim down and have the other set pop up. So, what does it look like without lights? Main office, create, camera. Where are you? Where are you, W camera? Honestly, I'm just having a lot of fun talking about film stuff and whatnot too. It is one of the things I enjoy about this whole streaming thing. The interactivity. The interactivity is pretty nice. Nearby rendering. Camera. What kind of camera are we? Physical camera. There we go. Physical camera. Oh, tumble a little bit. And what kind of sensor type? 35 millimeter. Let's do widescreen. Okay, now we need to do something about some lights. Lights dramatic. There we have un light. So for one light, we should have the glow of the computer screen. Oh, hey, I have spout on. Check that out. I had spout on at one point. So the last thing that spout saw, it was an early part of the screen there. So if I was doing this for a game, I would definitely do it differently. This would be an area light and it would be baked. Okay, we're gonna make this small light. Camera, where are you? Oh, nope, that was way too much. Way too much camera. Z? No, Z is tumble. There we go. Dramatic point light. I would use a spotlight if it was any kind of decent, but what I want is just a very faint glow. Range 10. No. Range is not 10. There we go. This way we'll be getting a little bit of light from computer screen. Crank down the intensity. Up the range just a little bit maybe. That is annoying that it's... can't focus it. You know, to have it project out of one side of a surface like an area light. But this render pipeline does not allow for that. But it does allow for Giant Rusty. He who T-poses. Okay, now let's get another light. We're just gonna use point lights because they're super easy. Never saw the head in a jar before. That was a part of the sci-fi asset bundle. Yeah, that was part of the sci-fi asset bundle, and I found it while touring the space station. Like, you know what? That's just fun. Who doesn't love a good head in a jar? Now I've watched some of the studios, the Cinti Studios. I've watched some of their streams where they work on stuff. On Twitch or YouTube. I forget if they're on Twitch or YouTube, but regardless, where they're streaming. And I had a suspicion. It's like, is this one of the devs? You know, is this one of the 3D modelers put himself as a or a coworker as a head in a jar? I don't think so. I don't think that's one of them. But no, I do love me some Cinti Studios. That's Cinti Studios. It's basically my whole aesthetic. Basically, you know, this whole aesthetic is found a low polygon look that I really liked, and wasn't too expensive for their asset packs, especially since you can get them bundled. Usually get them bundled fairly cheap on sale, and kind of ran with it. So we have a lot of them. I have a lot of them that I got through like humble bundles or sales. Let's see. Let's put... maybe right there. I almost have this set up better in the other project. I'm going to load that in the background. Asset library. I almost have it set up like right out of the box better in the other project, but we'll give this a shot anyways. What color do we want the light to be? Light from the outside. Purple. Well, we already get purple hue from the skybox for one thing. Maybe do a warmer temperature from outside. A little orange. A little orange. We'll make the this one. What color would a screen be? Is the screen would be just kind of white? You're legally obligated to suggest purple. So something that I've been keeping in the back of my mind since I started noticing it is I follow a lot of purple VTubers. A lot of purple VTubers. It's something I hadn't truly considered in the past. It's like, huh, how about that? Fruitsy. Nyx has some purple. Dead Sun. Two Australians I follow, or two, I should say two more Australians I follow that are also purple. It's like, do I gravitate towards purple VTubers? It's a good question. Good question, but welcome in, Raiders. Why aren't my alerts going off? Why isn't the screen going bam, 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 bam? Oh no. Oh no. Let's boot this up. Purple is a good color. It is. It's a friend color. All right. Wait, oh no. Gotta get rid of that camera first. Gotta get rid of that camera. The camera took over. And then I will do a proper introduction. Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in. We are in the middle of playing with stuff, as one does. There we go. There we go. Welcome in, Raiders. We are here. We are live. Haven't been able to stop in for a while. Well, thank you. Thank you for stopping in. Welcome in, Raiders. We are Rusty Robot Factory. Oh, that does not look good in all the... Here, hold on. There we go. Rusty Robot Factory. We are... Oh, what are we today? We are definitely human. We're definitely human. It says so. It says so. Yes. Raid and Dash, I hope you're doing well. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, if you have to raid and run, that's completely understandable. Oh no, my tracking got twisty when I bent over to look at the definitely human part. But yes, welcome in, welcome in. We are playing around, trying to figure stuff out. Ooh, we have a very moody room. A very moody room that is not currently the right color. Luckily for us, we are in a game engine, and we can play with the game. Come on, red. There we go. Red, a little bit less intense. Oh, actually, I think we just went with this one, didn't we? A little bit less intense. Let's get rid of the studio light. Bam. There we go. We'll have a spooky intro. Hello, everybody. I suppose it's less spooky with the guy in the corner too, but can we bop him? No, he keeps ducking out of the way when I try bopping him. But welcome in, Raiders. Welcome into the stream. I wanted to experiment with lighting today, and made a new little area. Super complex environment. It is most of a cube. It is most of a cube. But yeah, so if you're new here, what we've been doing is having this whole big project. This whole project just keeps expanding as I add more stuff to it. The Rusty Robot Factory. But yeah, it's a chance for me to experiment with coding, game devy type stuff, and streaming, making a broadcast environment. Theoretically, we can do stuff like walk around. Yep, we can walk. Oh, we can even walk across our screen because we're in the right area for that. But yeah, I'm building my own little streaming environment and broadcast studio looking thing. We need some special effects. If you haven't been here for a while, I hid the special effects, and we need to remedy that. We have Fire Big Huge. There. We do have Fire Big Huge. It is a good time. There we go. It's very non-threatening fire. It is huge. So it does capture through and spout. So if you look in the corner of the screen, if you look in the corner of the screen where Winamp usually is or where chat is, I currently have chat on the layer above. But yeah, that's all being nicely green screened. Nicely green screened over everything. See, like here's a different project. And here's my desktop. Yeah, so we're getting nice alpha channel of clean capture. And that was one of my big goals with making the broadcast environment kind of dealio. There we go. Hello. But yes, is that we can get clean capture and where are we? There we go. This was originally going to be a nice cozy campfire, and it got a little out of hand. I need to make a toggle to turn it off. Add it to this menu here where we can do stuff like move the camera around without messing around in the game. So that'll be helpful. So we're actually adding camera controls and like for lighting and all that kind of stuff using real menus, real game menus. Look at this. Look at this. The studio lights, we're turning them on and off and all that kind of stuff. Reset the camera with a nice handy button. Yes, we have zoom and look at me because it's centering the camera to follow me no matter where I zoom to. And we can zoom way out too. We can be very, very minimal over here. And we are experimenting with new area. Sadly, I took away the teleport spot for this area right here. Let's see if I think I can jump to it. We get a running start. There we go. Oh, too close. Too close. What the? Where are we? There we are. Camera issues. Camera issues. There we go. Click on the right window. And turn the feedback on. Ta-da! I don't remember, Fruitsy, if you were here when I was... Yes, you were. We had a great discussion about overlay or being part of the world. I think that's where we left off on this, except the fire's in the way, so you guys can't actually see that. Decisions. I must remove the fire. There we go. So we can see the stream being repeated forever. This needs to be larger. Yeah, this needs to be much larger, but essentially it would be the whatever game we're playing, whatever software we're doing. Funny thing though, if I'm always doing dev stuff, then we will just have the tunnel. TV, be gone. Go. I need to work on my hand colliders. Where's my hand colliders? But yes, my experimental stage. You know where we haven't been in a minute? Where we haven't been in a little minute? We haven't been to the factory. There's been progress. There's been some offline progress, I believe. Now this doesn't have all my tracking hooked up because this is the building of the factory. And zoom out a little bit. The building of the factory. So all the assets and stuff. And it'll eventually be bundled up. Oh yeah, we have the logo on the boxes. Yeah, there's Trusty Robot Factory. It'll make more sense if I ever make a lower video. But yeah. Here is what I was... There we go. Wait. Perfect spot. There is a sweet spot where the camera does not... It's somewhere over here where the camera does not glitch through everything. Let's see, it's lock the camera. What are the controls here? So we can change the lighting. And this is kind of what I was talking about, how there's... There we go. Almost perfect lighting setup. is already here. It is kind of moody. Yeah, it is aesthetic. Yes, it is. It is an aesthetic. It's a great spot. Let's see. Let's see what it looks like in the office here. Oh, the office is too bright, but it has a very similar area. And I'll be adding the lighting controls and everything when I merge the projects together. But like, yeah, get the window blinds filtering in. Got the offset. I can go the offset. You know what? We can mess with that right now. Let's see. Let's see. Where is office? Scene. Rusty room. Wow, this really needs to be fixed up. Outdoors office. Here we go. So let's see if we have office lighting. Oh, this needs to be fixed up so much before it gets brought over. Doorway. Clutter. Look at all them props. That's a lot of props. I do not have it properly set up at all. Here we go. Sun, comma, the. We can change the sun. You have a nice sunset look. Ooh. Okay, we're just going to play with these lights by hand here. There they are. Intensity. Crank that way down. Looks like I need to boost the quality on the real-time shadows here, but this is a good spot. These little dust motes. Yeah, screen capture that. Get little dust motes. Let's see if I can get just a little bit closer. Just oh. That's a good spot too. That's a really good spot. But yes, I am a narcissist that I do have a hotkey on my mouse for screenshots. Actually super useful. Super useful. One of those big gamer mouses that has a whole panel of buttons on the side. So I have like copy, paste, select all. Some other stuff. I have a couple of VTuber expressions too, but I don't know if they're hooked up with this model. yeah, that's a mood, isn't it? But yes, this is what I was meaning when I was saying that I have it almost perfectly set up in the factory level. Because it's mostly natural sunlight. Natural sunlight in big huge asterisks, quotation marks with that. But what we can do in this level is control where the sun is. It's a little bit easier to show when we're outside, but basically I align the sun with the camera just to easily move it around. Here, there we go. Let's get away from the wall. So basically the sun is directly behind us. It is, oh no, and we crashed. Oh no, that was way too much. It didn't like that. That was way too much real-time lighting, I think. It did not appreciate that. So that Unity crashed. But yes. Perhaps I should not have the real-time lighting being controlled in real time so drastically. It does eat up a huge chunk of my inefficiencies, eat up a huge chunk of it all. You know what? We're gonna load it back up, and then we'll take a much more serene walk through. Much more serene walk through there. before we call it a night. There, let's disable that camera first. Before we forget. Okay. I will have other more sensible ways of controlling the lighting. The sun lighting anyways. Yeah, let's go through some of these. So we have a whole nother area. Yeah, with the, it's too bright. It's already called a night. Yes. Before we call it a night. It's a little too bright. The outdoor lighting is a little too bright. And I would mess with it right now, but it's being fussy. Besides, this should look pretty nice on the stream feed. If I'm looking at the little OBS preview window on the other monitor. Because it's a little brighter on my main monitor. Yeah, we added a new area. That jukebox will not remain there, but it was too cool to not have there. I need to add a lot more clutter. I still need to add a lot more clutter, but we added a new section of the warehouse. And there's something with the Unity light fog. I need to play with the settings. Have it get, foggier in the distance. There's something, I believe it's light probes. Just to make it hazier, foggier in the distance, but still have lighting. So if you look at it from this angle, it looks like there's like a smoke cloud way back there. Yeah, it shouldn't be that bright. Okay, let's try it one more time without crashing everything. Oh, that is hideous. There. I changed the lighting just a little bit so it's not shining quite as much through the windows. But yeah, it's still too bright. But that's why we're going to have lighting controls that we can play with during the stream. You can set the mood. There we go. I just love standing next to these windows. As we stare off. So, a little preview here as we're expanding out. I need to add more shelving, more scaffolding, more shelving. Have some of it tipped over. Basically, these are going to be the doors to the other buildings, which will be eventually built, maybe. One of them being the inside of Rusty's head, which would be through this blockaded door. Yes, the accident at the factory. The reason it was abandoned for decades. Yes. But for now, we can just kind of walk over there. It's really bright out now, so it's not very foreboding, is it? Not very foreboding at all. Oh, where had we left off with Rusty's head? The inside of Rusty's head. Yeah, it's been a minute, hasn't it? Yeah, it's been a minute since we've been in here. Been a while since he's joined us on stream too, the robot. Yes, the inside of the robot's head. It looks like we were adding wires. Actual like wiring and cabling to this setup. And wow, there's no colliders on whatever that was. There we go. Yeah, there's some big old gears. There's the lens behind us, the eye lens. Some servo cabling. The Arduino is a whole workbench. Okay, right here, the Arduino is its own whole workbench. Very lovely. Should really fix this back up sometime. Have you seen the real robot head? Oh, yes. Yes, Amber's seen the robot head. Let's see. Where's my cursor? But for funsies, we could always have a robot jump scare here. Bam! The olden days. His head is not currently attached. Yeah, not currently attached. There was an issue with the side-to-side servo. Oh, hey, I can kind of show you. There was an issue with the side-to-side servo, the one right next to me with this gear that's where's my cursor? Right here. Yep, this servo, it went a little rogue and jerked back and forth, and then snapped the attachment point, which I can also show you. See, you know, it's handy having this this setup like this, isn't it? It snapped this attachment point right here, where the two gears meet, going in opposite directions. Yep, right there. Snap that off. So I need to make a beefier bracket to hold it back together. Yeah, to put it back together, reattach it. This makes a good illustration point though, doesn't it? This is Rusty at true size. When I show him with a camera, he's in his own warehouse. And it's life-size Rusty's like 80 feet tall. Very true story. He's actually a mecha. That is a debate though, isn't it? Is Rusty a mecha? He's a robot, but he's being piloted. Immersion break. He's being piloted by a human. So is he a mecha? And on that note, let's go find somebody to raid. A smaller Rusty. There is a smaller Rusty. There are many sizes of Rusty. Many sizes of Rusty, including the Gremlin, which I still need to fully rig. The Gremlin would definitely be fun. Where's the Gremlin? Can we have two Unities running at the same time? Ooh. Don't ever talk to me, Sonny. He said no pickles. There he is. There's the Gremlin. Oops, this hand. There he is, right there. That's my boy. My boy, the cameraman. The Gremlin. Actually, this is a good spot to... This is a better spot to leave stream on. Here, let's just screenshot this one for fun. Lots of screenshots tonight. I'm surprised I could have two Unities running at the same time. There we go. Yeah. He's the oh hey, look, we are just in shot enough that we can all be on the stream at the same time. Where are we? There we go. So many of us. So many of us. Let's see. Who to raid? But yes, thanks again, Raiders, for stopping by, and everybody else who has joined us tonight. You're all wonderful, lovely peoples. And I hope you enjoyed the stream. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Let's see. Raid channel. You know what? We're gonna go somewhere different and Unity. I thought he was using Godot. Well, let's see. Godot. No, that is definitely Unity. Let's go raid. We're gonna go raid Mordecai. See if we have a raid. Hey, Rusty raid. Looks like he's working on levels for his streaming environment, and it is, yes, very impressive stuff they're working on. Like a whole game environment, a whole game. More so than a lot of us are doing at the moment, but it's yeah, it's basically a game you would play on like a PS2 or something. still interactive and everything with the whole streaming everything, whole world with its own lore and everything. But anyways, thanks for stopping by, everyone. Let's go say hi to Mordecai. Oh, that rhymed. I'm sorry. Let's go say hi to Mordecai, and yeah, we'll catch y'all next time. Next on Friday. Probably a game. Yes. But yeah. See y'all. Rusty Raid. Oh, I should probably copy that. There we go. And bam.